I'll call the November 19th school board meeting to order. Our mission is to provide a supportive and safe learning environment where all students are encouraged and empowered to reach their educational and personal potential.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We do have, as far as review the agenda, we do have one action item to move on there. And it's the, I'm not gonna say the right title for this, the OSBA, oh, thank you.
Regional representative.
Yes, that's, okay, that's the word I was looking for, the regional representative.
That's right, they told me to do that.
Okay. Any other things to it, guys?
For me.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Jaren, any public comment?
No.
Okay, and Sue.
My turn. Sorry.
Oh, the clock is missing, okay.
Oh, that's good.
That's right, good thing for the phone.
It's weird, huh?
Yeah,
Took that down when you turned the
I
lights
took
on.
it down because the time was off.
It was the hour off, they hadn't
No.
been done.
For
Well, no,
some
it was-
reason,
It
the
was like 4 or 5 hours, but.
clocks we have here do not do well with daylight savings. The one in my office is down right now because I keep pushing the button trying to fix
Oh.
it. They're supposed to, like, there's a thing that says that it should automatically happen, and not in my office, it doesn't. So, alright, well, I got some things to run through here. Lots of celebrations recently, so just acknowledging today we had our Thanksgiving lunch, annual luncheon, and delicious food, and just grateful for our nutrition staff that puts so much into that. And we also, so we host community for that, but also the Saves the Life Skills program comes over and is the first lunch that morning, so just an opportunity to share with community. We had our Ruby Bridges Walk to School Day, fourth annual? And then also our Veterans Day celebration, just looping back to having school on Veterans Day, but a awesome celebration that included recognition and celebration of various veterans in the community and the information they had shared, breakfast to bring them in, and then our flag was getting tattered, we had heard about it. Actually, I'll admit, one day we went out and changed it, and I was like, oh, wait till Veterans Day, and I made them put the bad one back up. I felt kind of guilty, but I was like, we already set this up. And the Sea Cadets, which is a program in Florence, came over and did the honor guard and changed that out formally for us. So, yeah, just, and kudos to Cassie, Carrie, and Vanessa for carrying the biggest lift on that, and our community wellness class really put the pieces together. And then on the hallway over here, it's still up. It's not just a one-day thing, but we made they made a board out of it. So and there's conversation to include into the Mapleton Hall of Fame as well, recognition of veterans going back. So some cool ideas have just continued to generate out of this work. So. Basketball season has started. Middle school girls are already playing a number of games, like 5,
Well,
6.
they're playing the 5th tonight.
Yeah, 5th tonight, and yeah, full A squad and B squad. I think every girl in elementary might play. It's close. It's close. So, and then high school seasons for both boys and girls started Monday, so we're in beginnings of practice and do daily study hall for the boys. They take the late practice, and I don't know. Basketball season always feels mellow to me. I don't. That's just
It feels
myself
mellow
as
to
a
you?
Yeah. Well, it's the way way it's supposed to be on campus. Does that make sense? Like, there's just, I don't know, for me, but that's also coming from a basketball player my whole life and coach, like, there's a certain level of calm during basketball for me.
That's funny, it feels
So,
good to me, but not calm.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah, it might be the wrong, for me, internally, it's the right
Can I add
adjective,
one?
it's probably the wrong external
I was
adjective.
gonna add something.
Can I add one note to that?
Yeah, please.
This year, the middle, just to, so that it's like, cause people are like, why aren't the boys playing? But this year, they're splitting
Yeah,
the season back up again for the middle schoolers, so the girls will play in the first like half of the sort of total season, and then the boys will play in the second half. They did that for a while, and then we switched to both teams playing full seasons, and then we switched back this year.
I have very strong feelings against this.
Me,
Why-
so do I, very
why was it
strong.
changed?
There are some districts that don't have as much facility space as others, and it's really hard for them to run multiple teams at one time. It's I get that part. It's just really unfortunate because it makes our league not as good, because we don't play for as long in the season. We just don't learn as much. So our whole league is less good, and then we try and go and compete at the higher levels and against teams who are playing all the time, and it's not.
There's also a compromise schedule offered the year prior that is a full year or full, longer season for both boys and girls, and then you can opt into playing only half of it. And when that was offered the year before, everybody said, just kidding, never mind, and then this year went away from that. I am very vocal in every space I'm in that I hate this, and it's also higher transportation costs for everybody. So when they tell me that they wanna cut their athletic costs,
Cause did they
then
travel
they
together?
regret saying
We
that
used to
to
travel
me.
together, like
Yeah,
that now.
so
double, you go to every place twice.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
now, yeah.
Right.
So, anyway, I was with another superintendent in a parking lot who said they were on a meeting to go cut athletic costs, and I was like, he's like, back up, and I'm like, nope, you opened it. So,
Yes.
anyway, we get along well, and I have opinions on this, so.
Yeah.
This is conferences, sorry, I'm trying to read my notes here. Conferences tomorrow night and Friday for fall, student-led conferences, exciting on our end at the secondary. Sixth graders will be doing student-led conferences for the first time. And in the past, we've done that as a slide deck, with looking to the future. We knew where we were headed. Now kids are building a digital portfolio, so every kid has a website that they're building out, and that they'll continue to maintain that over time, and then that's what they're using to guide their student-led conferences. So we're in that transition to that next stage of building individualized portfolios for every learner. So Imagine Your Dream Mapleton, the follow-up is on December 2nd. I wanted to share that date with you guys. I believe at 5 o'clock, I didn't actually write that down, but that'll be the prioritization of the original meeting that got, it was gonna be a weird hybrid but more focused on Zoom, and we didn't get a lot of signups for that, and kind of names like, hey, in our community coming together is a preference, and so we canceled that and moved it to December 2nd, and there's a Zoom option available, but you have to ask for that, but it's intended to be in person, so.
So what is it?
So we hosted the Imagine Your Dream Mapleton beginning of October maybe, which is rural RDI, whatever that stands for, Rural Development Initiative. Is partnering with our school. Ramil's senior project is connected to this, and bringing in community members, families, and students to vision their dream Mapleton. So there was it was a really hands-on activities that I don't know, it's hard to describe, but there was a bunch of stuff, and then they laid out their dream Mapleton to help share ideas, and then got into everything from things on campus to use of old mill spaces, infrastructure, sewer and water, yeah, you name it, it came up. All the things you always hear about, like, came up at each table, and then everybody went around and, kind of shared what they had done at their table. And then lots of notes were taken, and, the follow-up is to do a prioritization from those notes in like a guided, and you don't have to have been at the first one to come to the prioritization one, so I
And then
wanna
what's the
share
end?
that. So, engaging community in, revitalization efforts in the region. There's one group at the end of, like, I did notes for one group where locals were like, can we start a committee to like, start talking about the next, like, what's a low-hanging fruit we could start with, kind of thing. And so the goal is to bring more community members into the fold on revitalization, both campus and local. So it was exciting. There were lots of people in like a nice cross section of people that we don't always see there. It was fun. Connected to this, I was just talking to Jaren, through Gear Up, we have like, this.
Rural side.
Yeah, so there's like this side project they did for, some of the schools that signed up where, when I went to Alaska to the Rural Schools Summit, connected to that, they gave us $500 for a small project, which is funding the, like, food to bring people together. For these two, and then $5,000 for a larger project, and we landed on using that as kind of a participatory budgeting process, that whatever prioritizes within this next round, that there's $5,000 to put to it to help move an idea forward. So I'll update you on where we go with that, but we're excited. It's nice to have just like kind of this pot of money that's encouraging something innovative and community-based, and we're like, here, tell the community, tell us how to use it. So, and then last, so partnering with the ESD on supporting some students on a student-led campaign. I'll call it like under the umbrella of anti-bullying, came out of an incident here. But really with recognition that language being used, sexualized, racialized, and just violent language in general, it is commonplace and becoming more commonplace. And a campaign like, so far it's called It's Not Funny, like it's in development right now. But our ESD student voice specialist liaison, whatever the title is met with 15 kids last week, is coming again tomorrow to bring their ideas back and say, here's this, and we're gonna launch something in December, and then a larger component of that in January. So just putting that on people's radar that, and I've talked with teachers, actually Garrett specifically, just working with kids on the use of violent language and violent communication, and really understanding, like, when you talk like that joking, it's really easy to talk like that when you're not joking, and not everybody has, especially kids, don't have the ability to understand the difference between that on when there's intent and when there's not.
Ooh, I love this.
Yeah,
It's
and really
so
that
great.
it's,
I mean, it's also, kids might not understand it, but it creates adults who don't understand it. It's like, this is proactive, I'm loving it.
and he's doing quite a bit of stuff in his high school English classes on communication, and is really blunt about that's the lowest form of communication, so let's aim higher, and kind of naming that as we do it. So anyway,
Is this
some
just middle and high level, or?
middle and high for right now. That group talked about how to be leaders for elementary, especially upper elementary, but it's gonna roll out up here first, and then they're continuing those conversations. So I'll keep you all posted on where that goes, but we're in development on that. So I'll stop there. Oh, actually, one other thing, we're hosting, so, with the 5 districts rural, collaboration we've been doing for professional development, the administrators have a series of professional learning that, includes learning walks. So on Thursdays, we have a learning walk at one of our school sites, and then Fridays, we come together and do some deeper learning together, and we'll be hosting that tomorrow, on both sides, so, we'll have
What is the learning now?
so learning walks are like, include classroom observations, it's really about the administrators. We do some observation, come back together, go through a process of sharing data and, giving feedback to it's to ourselves, it's not evaluative at all. And then, continuing to develop a shared definition and, how to support high quality instruction, so that's where we're, so, yeah, lots of fun stuff happening. And we're interviewing for Dina students tomorrow morning. I meant to tell you guys, I forgot to write that one down. 4 applicants, we're gonna interview 2, so.
Alright. Sharon, you're up. I should have changed my sweatshirt.
Did you not get one?
I was gonna give Adam another.
Oh.
So that he's like not sitting there reading me like, what's coming up next?
Oh,
They set it up on the.
Oh,
Alright.
yes, but I
Okay.
didn't notice that it was up there, so
Okay,
perfect.
normally I print that word and I
Yeah.
Would you rather have one in your hand?
No, that's
Okay,
fine.
I have it on mine
Yeah.
too, so, okay.
Yeah, Sue doesn't need hers. Not too much going on, we are wrapping up, the audit's basically finalized. I said, so, just gotta wait for the partner to go over it. We bought a minivan because the minivan was totaled, so,
Totaled, like it was in an accident?
yes. And
It was a spider.
Yep.
Oh.
it was,
It was an unfortunate
Yep.
accident, so everybody was safe, the van was not.
Okay.
We haven't been that.
Spider.
I mean, I feel that way sometimes with them, but.
well, so yeah, I mean, I blame my daughter's inexperience, so the spider comes down, lands on her arm, and she looks down to brush it off as she's going into a corner
Oh.
and crossed the line a little bit and it's like, oops, that person stepped in, so I'm like, yeah, you're lucky it was, so, there wasn't any other real other expenses, not much we got the December economic forecast and it's a little better. We had a meeting and they talked about the possibility of what cuts there would be. This was before this economic forecast and nothing, and their plan is if they have to cut anything, it won't be until next year. All programs this year are fully funded is the plan, and then if they have to cut anything, it'll be in next year's funding.
26, 27.
Yeah, so people.
Yeah, they being Department of
The-
Education.
yeah. And so, nothing planned this year.
Yeah, I think I was telling you guys that on a recent call, but it's a fascinating thing, so many districts are in major cut mode right
Yeah.
now, but not necessarily because of the economy. It's interesting, but without the forecast looking okay, but most of it's cause cost is going up, and so their lines are so careful that when they BART in, they're overextended and then they have to cut, like that's the bottom line on this, and
A lot of them are, enrollment is down.
and enrollment is down, yep, and so, yeah, we keep having these meetings that sound like the sky is falling, and then we get a meeting, I was telling Jern, like, then the people come on and they're like, I don't think it's falling, but we'll see what happens at the economic forecast, and it came out today and it doesn't sound like the sky is falling. It's not great, but it's not falling, and, so I still think we're in a really stable spot. Friday, so COSUP hosts usually an off-the-record meeting, they host business manager meetings, there's a lot of contact. They canceled yesterday's off-the-record meeting knowing that the forecast was coming out today, and then extended, there's a Friday forum every Friday at 8 o'clock, and they extended that by an hour, so 8 to 10 on Friday, they're gonna go through the economic forecast and what that means, but we talked today and we think we're still sitting in the same spot we were last week, which is a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, the audit overall, looking at our total bottom line at the end of last year, we actually were up 50,000 more than that. So, we're doing all, I mean, some of that is prepaid grant money, really, so, but still not that much of it, so we're doing all right.
There's a school bus in Swiss Home, is it ours? It's just like maybe it's not ours. I was just driving, did you see it, Maisie?
I met one, and you were behind me, I met one on my way down.
I was behind you?
Well, you got here after.
Oh.
You got here after me.
It was ours, it was probably the after
Was it
school
pulled
program
over?
bus.
It's
Oh,
pulled over by on the other side.
Yeah, the after school program bus.
Yeah, cause, yeah.
by the
Cause I
post
met
office,
him.
or?
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't moving. It's like dark in there.
Maybe they, for whatever reason, turned everything off to like, wait for parents.
I guess
Awesome.
it's a mystery. We'll find
Okay.
out.
Cause I did meet one on my way down.
Yeah, this one was turned off and no lights, nada.
Oh, yeah,
Might not be.
But I have seen it.
yeah,
In the
it
evenings
goes, and the
before.
timing would be right, it leaves here at like 5:30ish, like, well,
Yeah.
late, a little after 5:30.
Yeah. And I met it
This way or that way?
It was headed towards Deadwood and it was parked on the church side.
over by the church, okay, yeah, cause I met it like, I don't know, well below Brookerville or somewhere, so that would make sense, and then. Unless they were having trouble, but.
Yeah, I mean, there was one time I was coming back and it just happened that like, some light came on and you can't drive with that, so she was calling, and then I ended up pulling over and following it back. And it was fine, I mean, we serviced it after that, but it was fine on the drive. But that's what I'm texting right now to see if everything's good.
Yeah, you would think.
And it can be hard to get service out, that's the hard part if you get stuck, but we usually.
But you
know
do,
it.
you get service there.
Yeah, you get
Yeah,
service.
that's what,
Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
So Kay's been starting and been working, Randy was out for a week and a half out hunting, so Kay was on her own for a little bit and she's settling in,
Cool.
Nice.
fixing one of the buses because there was a damage to one of the buses that drive it back into the gate and stuff, so she was fixing
Another spider.
Spider.
No.
Spider.
it. That one was
Snake.
dark,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, or
Troy's would be a B, I would be the spider. Okay, and then the consent agenda, everyone look over it, happy,
Yep, so moved.
I'll second.
all those in favor? Okay. Alright, action items, I'll just go ahead and start with the one we added, so we don't forget it. So the OSBA regional representative, and now Michelle had addressed it because she was going to vote, but it needs the whole board vote, right?
Yeah, and I don't know when the vote is needed, if people don't know about it, I mean, it'd be great if we could do it, but if you don't know who we're voting for and you didn't study about it, then you wouldn't wanna do that before we vote.
Voting period runs October 15th to December 15th. Assuming this is for the board of directors.
We don't meet
So our
before then,
meeting
do
is,
we?
yeah, our meeting is on the 17th, I
17th.
think, in December.
I mean, we could take a vote on, like a special meeting vote, some, like
Yeah.
on Zoom or something.
Uh-huh,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
but I'm sure we all got the information from this woman from Florence. And she's running against a woman in Eugene, who actually is a friend of mine and is a great board member. But I would love to see regionally us being supported by someone from a smaller district than in 4J.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was really interested in this woman. She sounds, and I think Mary knows her, and I think Lisa knows her. I've never.
Yeah, the Florence one, okay. Yeah, I'll resend it to you. It's not pulling up on my phone for whatever reason, my board one, so I can only pull it,
I had that problem for a little bit.
I don't know what's happening, like, is my phone too jumped up?
Mine
I'm
did
like,
that too,
I can
Well, I
only
did
pull it up on my
and said
computer.
there's like, I had to have two-factor authentication.
Oh,
or
that's
something.
because everywhere.
Everybody's
you have to.
doing that.
But then I didn't do anything about it and I
I
just
didn't do
didn't know.
Yes, I
anything.
don't think you guys should.
Well, I don't anymore, like, it said that for like
Oh, mine
several
never
weeks.
said that.
I
and
think it's
then-
cause we were adding it to our system because we had to, and then so it impacted, and then he.
And then I moved you
Changed
guys
it.
off of there.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe it just happened because of that, cause I never.
Yeah,
had
so
the-
maybe now like there's some restarting it thing or something.
We'll see if I can ever get into the law. Okay,
So what are our options for voting, to make a legal vote? I mean, I can remember doing them on the phone, I can remember doing them on Zoom. I don't know
Like,
if
is
we
there
all
an
have to-
email, like, is there an email option
I
that
don't
could
even
then,
know.
cause
Yeah.
it would just need to be public, we couldn't discuss, like, we'd have to just vote.
but if we all did our research, you're saying like, then I could just ask for email vote, right?
I think
know.
so.
We
I
better
don't- But I
ask.
don't know if that's,
You have to have a public meeting.
I don't know if you have to, yeah,
I feel like we've done an email vote before.
Let's do.
I feel like that too, but
Well, you just posted online that we, this is what the vote decision
And then
was.
there's rules around email votes, like if you put out an email vote, then everybody has to respond. There has to be a window and it has to be like 48 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
And everybody has to respond one way or the other. So you can't say like the window's closed and majority of us have voted, so that's what's gonna, if everybody doesn't respond, then it doesn't count.
Oh,
okay.
So, yeah,
I'll just text you.
ORS 65-212.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we can all do our research
Yeah.
and then make a window. and
We should
kind
do
of-
a deadline for it. Like I looked into it after you contacted me, so I'm good to vote, so we should, like, and we're getting into Thanksgiving next week, so we might wanna say, do your research and we're gonna put the vote out by email on such and such date.
Like the
Maybe we should,
first week of
the-
December.
yeah,
And
like,
it's, and it's
that would
not
be great.
less than 48 hours to cast their email vote.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it that first week in December.
First week
because
in
I'm gone
December,
next
that's
week.
great, then that way we know it's
Okay,
Yeah.
happening
so we'll call for an email vote.
on the representative.
Do you just have, do you just reply all?
You
or do
reply
you-
all,
Okay.
and then you have to say yay, nay, or abstain.
Yeah, I'm so
And-
not gonna word that very
Oh,
properly, so we'll work.
Well, even Michelle, you could like make the motion and then you can call for the vote, and that's when that hour starts, so, or the hour, that time
The
frame
time.
starts, so if you
type
wanna,
up and send
if you're
it.
worried about wording it, you can have someone else word it.
Oh, okay, so she can just email me a motion
Yeah,
and then I will then call for,
yeah,
okay,
that-
I like it,
you- or
so
you can email the whole
sometime the
board.
first week of December, you do that and I'll finish it, okay,
Yeah,
okay, I like it.
Okay, so here's the official election information. Except now I can't read that far.
Adam will do it for us.
There's our, yeah.
okay.
So positions,
Nicole,
you've
There they are,
got
yeah.
2 board of directors, position 6, and legislative policy committee, position 6. We're in district 6.
Oh, so Adrian is also in the Siuslaw School District.
Is Florence, right, and Judy's 4J,
Yeah.
Judy's birthday, yeah.
Maya's 4J.
I didn't look
I don't
at
know
that
who
one.
Nicole and Brett,
Okay.
anybody know who that is?
Nicole.
Nicole
I don't know.
sent a thing out to me that I can forward. This is a brief info about myself.
Okay, great,
They're
yeah.
from Springfield. public schools.
I ignore enough of the OSBA emails that a lot of them will just automatically get sent to
Yeah.
George, that my
Yeah.
email's like, we know you don't wanna read this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes they don't come through,
Me too.
and then I have to go and actually look for
I
them.
dump them all in a separate folder,
Mhm.
so that if I have to refer.
Which is smart, cause then you
That's-
know it's.
that's
too good.
smarter.
That
I
is,
just
that's a
made an
better idea.
OSBA
But
folder and
mine,
I
I'll
dump
just
them
like
there.
scroll by and we're like, we never open these.
Right,
You don't
I'm
want
just gonna send them to
Just send it to like,
promotions.
Yes.
they send it to, yeah. My
So
spam
yeah,
folder.
nothing too tough, I just gotta type what district it is, what date it was, and.
Okay.
Okay,
title
perfect.
Or something, so.
Alright.
So once the vote happens, then
then I
you can do
fill
that
out.
part?
And I just,
Okay.
so I don't have
Can you
to,
forward that to me?
Yeah, I'll send this
Or to all of us?
link
Yeah.
to all of you
Yeah.
and so I don't know.
and
if
so
it
then
is-
the step would be that then I just send our response to Jaren then, right? Okay.
Sweet.
Okay.
We could just include Jaren on the email
Mhm.
thread.
Okay.
Smart.
Alright.
Thanks.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention too.
Yes, I appreciate that. I'm sorry I didn't, finish through when I got that on Friday. Alright, 7.1, SIA agreement with public comment.
So just a follow-up from, we did the presentation, you have to get public comment, then they stuttering here. Then they send us the grant agreement and you all have to vote to sign that too. And we have to open for public comment again. So I don't have anything to add, I'm not required to add anything. It's the same money and the same goals that we've talked about numerous times.
So wait, they discussed the grant agreement and now we have to post the grant agreement publicly?
Yeah, so
Yeah, we gotta put it on the
we
website.
put it up on the website in our SIA, like everything we've shared
Mhm.
section, and then, but it also requires a board vote for, yes, we're gonna
Except,
be in this
Does
agreement.
it have to been up for a certain amount of
No,
time?
this
or
is
anything?
just that it's,
we,
when we vote to, I'm saying that right?
to.
Yeah, when you all vote to approve it, it's in public, it needs to be on the website, so
Uh-huh.
the vote
Just
comes,
lives there.
the vote can come before the post.
Okay, gotcha, okay.
Alright.
So that's just a motion to.
Yeah, and I think it was sent out to you guys, like,
Yeah.
there's nothing surprising in it, so.
So,
Why does it, okay, fine, alright, I'm still not getting, understand, full, that's fine.
Like,
We approve the grant agreement, that's what we're
yeah,
doing.
SIA, it,
Worded it.
because it's connected to corporate activity tax and really focused
The
in
legislature
on,
said you guys have to approve it. So-
yeah, and
Well, I don't mind
it's
approving it.
all about community transparency,
Yeah.
and so using boards as part of that transparency process,
Yeah.
and so every step of the way, every year we have to, or every 2 years we have to do this.
It's a
I just
really
was
good
confused by, cause it says with public comment here in action item, so I was like, have we
Oh,
already done that
Yeah,
public
so,
comment?
no,
So
we just
actually,
have
is
to
that the
open it
first-
up.
Before, I get what you're saying, before the vote, does anybody have
Yeah.
public comment?
That's why you're here, is to make a comment. No.
Anybody online? Yeah.
It's weird stuff.
We don't have any public comment.
Yes,
on
thank
this.
you.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
We provided opportunity.
well, I know we did already in the one step, but then I just was confused, it
Yeah.
said with public
No,
comment.
the requirement is that in the board meeting, you have to stop, you have to pause and open for public comment if anybody has anything to add.
Perfect, okay, now I get it.
Nobody
Alright.
did. Now
Okay.
we can go forward.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright.
Okay, nope. I move that we approve 7.1, the SIA agreement.
Second.
All those in favor? Okay. Okay, so now we're at the second reads of these, ironically, 7.20, oh, never mind, the hours, okay.
Want me to bring them up? I couldn't cut down as many as I was hoping, I only cut out 2 of them and combined them into,
Oh, that's right, the one.
taking from 3 and combining them into just one.
Okay.
That's something
I figured I
now.
needed the other couple in there, I included them in your packet, but,
Yeah, I saw them in that bigger packet,
yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, online.
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions, concerns, or anything about them?
No.
Okay. If anyone wants to go for it.
Does the, no, isn't this what we're doing down here, the reconsideration committee
Yeah, so the language in those ARs is it's like updated language,
Oh.
and the process for the instructional materials reconsideration committee is included
Okay.
in
Yeah.
this section. We were already recruiting the reconsideration committee when the new language for this
Okay.
policy came from OSBA needing revision,
Gotcha.
so it just happens to align, but it's the same thing and it's different.
Okay.
We had to update it for the passing of SB 1098, I think, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I move to approve 7.2.1 through 5.
A second.
All those in favor?
Did we populate that reconsideration team fully?
We're doing that.
That's-
Doing that
Discussion
tonight.
items.
We're doing that tonight?
And all of us that didn't show
Oh.
up with our homework
Roger.
class.
Yeah, no, you don't have to, you didn't have to worry about that,
So
'cause
true, I
you
You two were off the
I didn't
hook,
realize it.
but this tribe.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
overachievers are fine.
This table right here doesn't.
But yeah, that's why they put us all in a line, and be like, did they bring a name?
Yeah.
I see it, and I didn't see that it's on the agenda, so thank you
Ah.
for pointing it out. Yes.
Okay, okay, first discussion item is scholarship.
Yeah,
I
I love that idea.
this is my discussion, well, unless you guys wanna bring notes and stuff, mention it to a couple of you.
We sent an email.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, so earlier this year, maybe this summer, I was thinking about it and thinking about, we have a scholarship, that staff can pay into, you know, payroll deduction. And we've got, right now, I think there's 2 staff members, one pays $10 and one pays $1, so it's, you know, $11 a month going into it, so not a whole lot going into it to help our students, and I thought, you know what, we've got some money in savings. If we took a little chunk of that, let's say, I tossed out 100,000 just as a nice easy number. We take 100 grand, we move it into its own LGIP account, and then whatever interest that earns, we use that as scholarships for students and stuff. And so we can, yeah, so just as a option that I figured I'd toss out there, if we wanted to start moving on that, it'd have to be in the next budget cycle, because it's not in this budget to create a new fund and do that, but we could start the process,
A
so.
scholarship for after graduation? Okay.
And mainly, and looking at some IRS things, so mainly just reimbursement for tuition, whether that's college, trade school, whatever, reimbursement for tuition would be,
And there has to be like a scholarship committee attached to the,
I would say.
I mean, are there rules around that?
Not particularly,
Oh,
not
Is
too.
it,
Yeah, some of, there's like.
is it like a?
We
when I
have,
was-
we have a board policy related to scholarship that I was looking at and talked about, that, you know, money's like donated to the district to go towards scholarships or something and stuff, that you could form a scholarship committee to help determine and stuff, so.
can you access that easily, that,
Is it, the things that I thought of when I saw it was like, is that like okay for us to do? I mean, obviously maybe Jaren's looked into it, done the homework, but like, you know, if it's like taxpayer money for the school, and then we're making money off of it to then determine how we wanna use it, and we're not, it's not like we're making money off of it and putting back into the school. We're making money off of it and saying how we wanna use it. And so I didn't know if that was really kind of a sort of ethically wrong thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's a policy to it, then there's probably have some,
I don't know,
Well,
there's
but
a
if
policy
if the
about
source
making
of the
money off
would
of
be-
it.
The source of the money would be important, like like in the case that Andrew's talking about,
Yeah.
like if it was donated money to the school for a scholarship, then that would make sense.
It's
But-
interesting, cause like you're not touching if it's
You're not touching the
100,000,
initial
you're not touching
principal
that,
amount.
and that that interest may not exist if you didn't create it.
Yeah,
So
Well, it
it's
would
like-
exist wherever it is now.
but
It's
where
depending
it's
on what
at,
city.
it
Yeah,
gets
yeah,
used
you're turning it
differently,
into-
and so
Yeah.
I just
Um,
didn't
That's
know.
I don't know, I mean, I look at it as, I mean, if we are paying for an online class for one of our students
Right.
and versus paying for a student who's left.
Mm-hmm.
True, but I mean, I guess it's still a current student who's, you're paying for them to graduate, which is what we pay for them to do, in a sense, I don't know, it was a line that was like, I don't know how I think about that, I don't know if it's,
We need some
Right.
advice from.
yeah.
I mean, I really like the idea.
Yeah, I don't-
And
terrible
so,
idea.
right, so like, maybe that, but that's a great question.
Mhm.
And so maybe we continue,
Yeah.
keep this discussion and
Yeah.
plan on
Yeah.
resolving it next meeting. Do our research between
Can
now
you
and
ask
then.
the auditor people
Yeah.
if they, I mean, that seems
Yeah.
like, if anybody was gonna say this is a problem, it'd be the auditor, but they would know it was a problem, or if
Mhm.
other districts do it, or how, those kind of things, there's probably other people we can ask too, but.
Yeah,
I wouldn't wanna do it and then have the auditors be like, no.
right, yeah.
So,
But I do love the idea of like continuing to invest in the student all the way out the door, you know, like, that's great. Cool.
well, you know, an interesting, just when you phrase it that way, made me think, you're quite a few districts, I'd say even beyond Oregon, but, look at like a 6-year support program, so it's like, high school through 14th grade, kind of thing, and continuing supports. It may not be direct financial, it may be direct, but they have some funding, they set aside some funding to continue to pull people together to provide some of the wraparound services that were provided, you know, during high school, so it's not just like a hand piece. But it's even in that, I can't think of anything people shared that's like a direct, here's some money for your next thing, so, yeah.
I do, yeah, I also like that idea a lot, like as something to
To
look towards
use that money
eventually.
towards sustaining, is that what you're saying, or?
Maybe, I like the idea of establishing some sort of like, post-graduation support system around like, how do you know, manage, I don't even know what, but like, I know
Yeah,
there's been
that you-
students like registering for classes, they just don't know how to do that necessarily, or, that kind of, and support that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to it's hard to fund that because you look
I
at your
know.
local needs and you're like, yeah, but these kids are ours right now, but those kids are ours, like
Mhm.
supporting ongoing, so like, I
mean,
like,
we've often talked about how do we track the kids who leave here, cause they're still our kids and, to know what happened here, how's it look out there now?
yeah,
What-
we do some follow-up surveys and have some data on that, but we aren't providing the direct service anymore, like individual
for
kids,
sure,
we
for
continue to, like, if they keep asking us, we keep helping them, and we don't have anything systematic in place.
One option to get around using the district's general funds would be to just take cause the high school has over 100,000 in their account. If the high school created a LGI, if the high school transferred that money to an LGIP account, then it'd be the high school's money still and stuff, so that.
And then you'd ask the high school if this is what they wanna do.
Yeah, take it through,
Yeah.
process.
I mean, we should still look like, I'm not thinking that anyway, I'm just thinking it'd be good to know whether we'd be breaking any rules.
AI says it's okay to do it, just
Oh, well,
not.
don't take it to the bank then.
Cross that discussion item off.
Definitely.
More common for donations, you know,
Yeah, okay.
but
I just like that you thought of it, Jaren, I think it's great that
Yeah.
you're being creative and
Mhm.
it's, you know, it's something that none of us thought of, so, yeah,
Mhm.
that's cool.
Mhm.
And I'm always a fan of like having our money work for us and with a positive impact like that. So if it's allowed, that would be
Yeah.
amazing. I do like that we also have kind of a plan B, the high school building, since it's not public funds.
Yeah. Also, maybe if we, yeah, you know, just to like put out there, I don't know. I know that one school employee's household didn't know that they could be putting money from a paycheck into a scholarship fund.
Yeah.
So that would be good to
Yeah.
like maybe put out there again, because maybe
Like a
one or two
529.
other
a lot of people
school
don't know, yeah.
employment.
Yeah, like, you mean like a 529 or?
No,
No,
this
he
is,
just does a payroll deduction.
yeah, a payroll deduction.
Oh.
There might
But
be
maybe
another
all
family or
employees
two
don't
doing it.
know that.
Right, yeah. So that would, you know, that would be different, a different thing, but like, yes. Also, we could, if this is a thing, like, you could put out there like, there may be community members who would be interested in donating, so that we could use donated funds to start that
Yeah.
too.
Well, need, shoot. Danelle and I, like, that scholarship has always been a collection of dollars, right?
Yep.
And not, in the bank, and she's talked about setting that up for herself. I don't,
Putting it in the bank,
and yeah, so that it's generated, this exact same
Oh, is it?
conversation,
Yeah.
not for
Interest on
herself. I'm saying for a scholarship fund
Yeah.
versus doing it kind of old fashioned way, and I don't know if she's moved on
that's
that.
gonna really
I-
upset a bunch of people who love
do it
the
that way.
dollars that go into this
And that made me,
bucket.
I will say it was a 2 year ago
It's the
conversation.
coolest thing
Yeah,
ever.
I will say it was 2 year conversation, but it could still go in the bucket and then go in the bank and make interest.
I think that would be smart, but I don't know if Johnny would like that.
So, I'm not here to negotiate that. My wondering was, if public was giving that, does it help? Can you have accounts within that, or it's just one, like,
Then you
Does that
become
make-
kind of like Western Community Foundation, where they
Yeah.
have a bunch of different
Yeah.
accounts
accounts
for
that
people?
can,
Yeah,
it
we
would be
don't wanna
hard
go
to
there.
manage.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a way to directly donate to a scholarship fund. Okay.
Okay, so more on that. Board liaison positions.
That,
No, I'm not remembering what.
I'll tell you what that is, and I'll be
Yeah.
quiet. That's a follow-up from the, retreat about, liaison positions, like a liaison to
Go to other
districts,
boards,
yeah,
right?
local
Yeah.
boards,
Okay,
a
I just don't
liaison
remember what
to
The ESD.
landed on that.
the ESD, the community partners, those
Yeah.
types of things. So I think we generated a lot of ideas, and then it was just like, hey, don't forget to keep talking about this, so this is why it's in there.
Yeah,
So we don't have to talk about it today, right? We're just keeping it.
Or maybe
do we
starting
have
to,
anything?
I think starting to identify a list
Yeah.
would be,
yeah.
That's what I was thinking, like,
Yeah.
just talking of,
yeah, I don't
about
think
it
we
and
have to
not
like vote
having
and
an
assign
idea.
people yet, but I think the
Right.
more we get concrete about that idea, if it's something we're gonna do,
Yeah,
that.
I guess it would help if we had a list to then know if, is that something anyone can pull off, or, you know, going to those things.
right. I mean, like, it depends.
Like,
So, like,
the site use law board meeting, right, and
And
then,
like, yeah,
That's the
ESD.
ESD, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. Same thing. ESD, like, you know, like we have somebody, like I've been doing the budget committee meetings on ESD budget committee meetings, representing our board, and that, you know, other things like that as they come available, or we want to just be like, oh yeah, we wanna know what's going on in our neighboring districts, so we send somebody regularly. The problem is so use those meetings, are they a week prior to ours, or are they this night as well?
I think they're,
They're not the same.
no, because that's why we moved.
Yeah,
a few
because they
years
were the
ago.
same.
Yeah, it's at least a week different, I wanna say maybe 2 weeks different from us.
Okay.
But also like if there was you know, if we wanted to engage like
Mhm.
Rotary or the
Mhm.
Elks or
Yep.
Kiwanis, like somebody from our board is doing that
Yep.
versus either asking Sue to do that or just like, oh, I wish that we would have known that. It's kind of also that person's responsibility to kind of know what's happening and to know if they should go and
Right.
what they're advocating for.
And like the Sayus Law Vision would be a good
Yeah,
one
Sayus Law Vision.
to have somebody
Mhm.
on as well, somebody going to their stuff.
Mhm. Someone to go to even like tribal council meetings where it might be affecting, it's a large area of that.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when we were talking about having a brochure that we were gonna make for ourselves, and it seems like that wouldn't be, it would be a good idea if you were going to Rotary, that you would have, you know, maybe this is who we are, and when you leave, that they get,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's,
That part I could do, if we created that and then you all took it to
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
Sold.
yeah.
Yeah.
Little Mapleton strong
Yep.
pamphlet.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to our student liaison? Who is our student liaison?
Knox talked to me on the way out the door and said they were trying to get back by 6 o'clock
Mhm.
tonight,
Oh,
but did not make it back, so some of it is just schedule and transportation dependent on, anyway, yeah, it sounded like it was gonna be Knox.
okay, I mean, that'd be
I will
great,
check,
but I mean, really, like, it's a responsibility that you take on,
Yeah,
and you treat it seriously. It's
what
the-
I'm not sure
it's
is if
this
it's an
board.
official
Right.
thing, or if there was something tonight that they were like coming for, so
But
I
she's
will check in on
officially,
that.
they are officially our representative,
Well, the student body
Student body
president.
They're the student body
Student body
president.
president,
and are they the
so,
student body president?
yeah, so.
Okay.
And then tonight it sounded like I was expecting them to come to the meeting, and then when I didn't see them, I was like, now I'm questioning whether it was to be the representative for the night or
something else.
or to come ask them.
Specific
Okay.
student
Well,
body.
no, I think it was to be the representative, cause the VP was planning on being here and then was told Knox would be here, so then he didn't.
Didn't come, okay,
Yeah,
so
so-
something happened tonight.
Okay.
Okay, we'll find out.
Alright.
Okay.
It's a real high part of the gathering, I
Yeah.
mean, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just keep developing a list of things we want to attend, maybe start like finding when these groups meet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That'd be good.
And like categorizing a little bit
Yeah.
too, cause I mean, OSBA meetings or district meetings, that's kind of easy, but like community partner or like group, like that could be a lot for one person,
Mm-hmm.
you know, someone, so we might wanna, find like the categories of who these liaisons are, heading up or whatever.
So how's that gonna happen? Who does that? Is that us doing that, or, I mean, you doing that?
I mean, I can find out some of these, like
That's good.
quite a few of these.
Oh, your list is longer than mine, what the heck did you write?
I wrote Lane ESD and OSBA, cause I feel like
Okay, I
there's,
didn't
like-
write down OSBA, okay.
Well, like, there's, like, that could be something we could, like, make sure we send somebody to the OSBA, you know, conventions, like, that would be good to do, at least have one. And then, I've got, like, Slavislav, Blatchley, and Fern Ridge, you know, like, neighboring districts. I have Rotary, Elks, and Kiwanis, as Mary said them.
Yeah.
I have Slavislav Vision, and I have Tribal Council.
Okay.
It's a lot,
Yeah, and we have, like, we don't have to, I mean,
For sure.
that might be too much, it is
probably
probably
is
too
too
much.
much. I would suggest that consider not going to the convention, but going to the regional meeting in
Sure,
Eugene.
sure.
Because the convention is, you know, it's a couple days, it's a lot of money, and I think it's not necessarily that specific to us. really.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it might be, I'm just thinking like, most of that list probably don't need to go to every meeting.
Exactly.
But go
Especially
to
in
one,
reference to
share a flyer, find out there, and then say, how do I stay involved on, how do I or the district stay involved in the happenings and help liaise that, and then maybe sometimes show back up when it makes sense, but I don't think, like, I have no expectation for anyone on the board to become a regular member at a board meeting once a month, or once a
It
term.
depends on what we want out of it.
And I think that's where we could come back
Yeah.
and say, hey, we went to these,
Mhm.
we met somebody at each one, this one, I think, is the one to keep going
Focus
to,
on.
something like that, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so, I'll look at, try to find dates, you can find dates, anyone wants to throw dates and places at us, you totally can.
Yeah, sure.
Instructional materials reconsideration committee, so, you have all your people, Sue?
Almost.
And Mr.
I have the list here. Shoot, I just missed it. Okay, I can remember some of our administrator, it's gonna be Sarah.
Okay.
It'll make her to come to every board meeting, but she gets to read the books if, if we have something. Library representative is Christina.
Okay.
I followed back up on this, student council rep one, but not, like, Courtney's been out, so she hasn't had, time to follow back up, and then I told Knox today we're still looking for that name, so, I'll share that one back, but they know collectively they know that they need to pick somebody, and then, what do I have?
Two teachers.
Two teachers,
School library.
I know.
One of us could.
Sorry, real quick, just on the bus, what color was it? Yellow or
Yeah.
white?
Yeah,
Okay,
yellow.
I don't know if it's us.
It might not be us, that's cool.
Everything
Could
is
be-
fine, just dropping students off, I'm in the white bus, so I have to drop, there's a typo here, I don't understand it, it has to be on the right hand side, no crossing. But if it wasn't white at that hour, it wasn't us,
Oh, yeah, I'm,
so, okay,
that's cool.
sorry, I've been concerned about that, so.
Ours saw lights on this short bus.
Oh, right.
I have 2 asks out to teachers, but they haven't accepted, and I probably shouldn't give their names without them accepting. So I'll email those as soon as we have them, just to add them in there.
Okay.
So,
Okay, and then Mary had, what was it? Andrea, right?
yeah.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
yep, Andrea
That's fine.
Hazelwood,
Who's that?
Andrew Hazelwood,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
And you had
yeah.
Janelle, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Mizu?
did Adam has gone
Woo!
too.
You came to watch the meeting.
Yes.
very, very lively
So,
bunch.
Adam's here.
Adam what?
Yeah.
Thanks.
What's your last name?
Cook.
Okay.
And thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Partner Becca lived up in the White House in that track, and which is like significant because that was Marilyn's house.
Oh, that's right. I know, well, Adam was at my house for dinner, so I was kind of surprised, so why do I know this guy?
Ah.
She whispered over to me, I think he ate dinner at my house.
Yay.
Okay, Abby.
It's cool to see you.
You too.
Kevin Kimball. Perfect.
Because he's got to.
Because mine is.
Because he was small and told.
Yep, and so was Morgan Milbrett. I figured a young,
Yeah.
young person.
Who was that?
Morgan.
Oh, Morgan. Amen. That's great.
Okay, so all names are in besides wait on the student and 2 teachers. AI and education, anything new or different? We just agreed to keep it on there just because there's gonna be continual movement and change and.
Yeah, I was kind of
Stuff.
concerned what the conversation is these days. It's only every day there's something
Yeah.
about it, and I wondered what the superintendents are, where they're at and where you're at.
Yeah, I think the last 2 months I had, it was coming up a lot, and this month, all anybody's talking about is budget and legislation, so, AI is taking a backseat in those types of conversations. I will say, like I said before, every conference, AI is front and center on topics, I just am not at those right now.
Oh, maybe it's next month, maybe
I
you
know.
can give us.
Yeah, the last 2 months I had stuff, this month I really don't have anything to add.
Has anything changed in Mapleton?
Not from last month, so.
And how is it, like, is it problematic in, like, especially at the high school level, in classrooms, or, you know, is it
Not-
getting into their work
Yeah,
a
I think
lot?
I shared last month that when the guy at the ESD at curriculum leaders shared, he's a teacher, you know, talking about how much he uses it for improving his own instruction and planning and
Yeah, that's
ideas he's
right.
had, it makes those ideas, like it would take you 4 hours to put this like idea into place, and so it didn't happen for years because you couldn't find the 4 hours, but then it'll do it. I can't remember what his example was, but it was good. And then, but he's like, yeah, I make my kids write by hand, right? And in colleges are talking about going back to blue book exams and those kind of things, and he's like, is that hypocritical? Maybe, but they need to have those skills, and I'm responsible for them to have those skills so that later I can trust them to use AI correctly and, you know, kind of thing. And so it was, I think there were a lot of us in that meeting that were like, just, it was hard. We've all been having that conversation, and it was helpful to hear an instructor all in on AI say, and they have to write, you know, it's not about
This is an
putting,
instructor here?
this was an instructor that spoke in instructional,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
curriculum leaders, yeah. So, and I shared that back with some of our staff back last month.
At what age do they get computers here?
So 7th, they get them to, like, keep on them, so we do 1-to-1 and they can take it home and those kind of things. 6th, we have a cart that they check out and put back in the office every day. And elementary, they have access like on carts in their classrooms, but it's for at certain time, you know, you get it and check it out and put it back. So that's accurate.
And I don't know, is AI something you have to download? Is it an app? I don't know.
It's on
yet.
everything
Yeah, it's
now,
everything.
so
It's just
Pops up.
basic,
yeah, and
everywhere, it's on your phone and it's
It's
running your
listening
life
right
right
now.
now.
yeah.
Oh my god.
And like professionals are using it for efficiency, right? Like it's part of what you do. I mean, crafted a few things this morning to help me with an interview for tomorrow, where it's like I can spend an hour writing those questions, or I can write a quick prompt, look at them, pull out the ones I want and revise them, and it's a 15-minute task, right? And so that, like, I don't know very many professionals not using it. Some professionals I think are overusing it. I've talked with them.
Well, and the point is that as a professional, you didn't use it when you were in school.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets dicey for me. And I think where I would like to see the conversation go is, I talked to a student about AI and the use of AI and how they use it, and this particular student doesn't, but they also said, I know 2 people who graduated last year that would not have if they had not used ChatGPT to do everything for them, and that's a little problematic. Not that I didn't want them to graduate, but it was and without the student knowing, like, was it because they're crunched for time, or they just knew that, oh, ChatGPT can write this for me. Those are 2 different mindsets.
Yeah.
But so I think where I would like to see the conversation go is, first of all, like at the collegiate level, like professors have been trained, and they also have like software now that is like AI detection, so they can see, like, nothing's perfect, but they can tell, like, if a student has been like just used ChatGPT to write a paper for them, they're like, you didn't write this, go back and write it yourself, kind of thing. So like, are we gonna maybe put some parameters like that to our teachers here so that they can, I'm not saying that then like we're gonna be, going crazy and expelling students if they're using it, but like that can be a teaching
I mean,
tool.
those things are happening, I would say, especially the beginning of the year. But multiple times last year where a teacher comes and like, for some kids, it's so obvious, you don't need a tool,
Yep.
you're like, hey, write me a couple sentences on your own. Do they sound like this? And the kid's like, nope. And it's an easy
Yeah.
conversation, right?
I mean, I feel like you can tell.
yeah,
the
and
younger
some-
grades, but as
some
they
are
get
using
older,
it-
more sophisticated.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's like, that's got a different rhythm to the writing than you, and where did that come from? And so in various ways, right, that's already playing out. I think I shared Garrett's syllabus language
Yeah.
that is the most specific so far, but we're having those conversations to share. Krista teaches computer science. We do an AI unit in computer science, and talk a lot about like learning it as a tool, right? Today the computer science and electronics kids, but I was in talking with her while I was printing. We got a new laser cutter engraver and was making the burned wood plaques for the tournament, and what they learned using AI to create this and send things back and forth, and it's beautiful, the image, and it, like, this was about, nobody wanted the original image because the basketball wasn't going through the hoop, and AI was really having trouble making a basketball going through a hoop, so then they were hand drawing and trying to teach AI to do that. It was like, you can't ask for a better AI learning experience than this,
And
right?
that is an
That's
example
the
where
right
AI
use.
is being used in real life.
Yes.
That's different than saying, I
I'm
have
gonna
a
write this
paper
term
due, like,
paper.
that's why I'm glad
Yep.
that Garrett put
Yeah.
specific,
And-
because it's his kind of classes
And
where
I
it's
do have
being
a
used in a
funny
way that-
story that I don't think she'll care if I share. I had a paper come to me that was like, hey, they used AI, can you pull them and talk to them about this? Yep, da-da-da. And Chris was on leave to start the year, and so when she sent the subplans about this particular project, she left the word not out, so it actually said, it read as must use AI to do this project, instead of, not must, but when you read it, it didn't say not, so the sub actually did a lesson on the use of AI and made this project, how to use AI to do this, because she thought that's what the subplan said, right? And so Krista came back and was like, hey, I'm gonna talk with these couple students, but this student's already been talked to, can you pull them and make sure they understand? And then I get this message like, please don't, figured it out. She met with the first couple students and they were like, what do you mean we couldn't? Like, that was literally the directions, and so
Well, and that's the
she
thing,
went back
like,
and found it, so.
it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only gonna be infiltrating more and more and more, and unfortunately, this generation is just growing up in that world.
And it is the world, yep.
And we have to just teach them how to use it properly, and professionals are using it. I mean, it is a bit hypocritical when, especially even in my online school, when it's like, okay, but you teachers are using them, or admin people are using them. I actually personally have never used it myself yet, but when you're using it and then you're just scolding them for no, well, just teach them the right thing. Teach them, tell me what AI said, now tell me what you would say, or whatever the case may be. Like, we're implementing different things there, cause we can't fight it.
Yeah.
I mean, in colleges or, I don't know, that's tough, cause they, you know, now I know they, like, in my own experience, they're weighting tests higher because they can't always prove when you've used AI, or you immediately get accused of AI and on the first thing you write and you didn't use it
and
at
we-
all, so.
You know, and this conversation has come up for many different technologies, right? This isn't a new conversation, it's the newest technology for the conversation, but, bottom line is you have to know your learning goal. And if the learning goal is that you can write on your own, right, in any format, you know,
Exactly.
there's a million learning goals inside of that umbrella, but if that's it, then you need to write it on your own. And you need to provide a format that doesn't make it really easy to have somebody else write it for you, or something else write it for you, and then have that back and forth. And, you know, I do think it's responsible to, this is where I go back and forth. There's so many positives, and this is the world you're gonna work in, you gotta know how to do it, and here's all the ethics connected to that. And I think complex instruction matters, to be teaching both sides of that. I think we're doing that in our computer science especially for our middle school kids getting exposed and understanding those ethical connections. And I think our English teachers, math teachers are doing a good job, and I'll say all teachers, those are just the ones that I talk to the most about this, calling students out when it's clearly not their writing.
Yeah,
Yeah, as long as we're just, explaining the appropriate and non-appropriate use and then teaching about it, that's fine. I just wanna make sure that I trust our teachers, but like, that those are happening in the right spaces, so.
How, I don't know enough about it, but like how crazy does it sound to like how much time do they spend on a computer at school? Like how much of a class period are they on?
It depends on the class
Yeah.
and the day,
There's lots of classes they're not on.
right, like, we have student-led conferences and they're literally, like, there's a deadline to have your digital portfolio website built. There's a lot of computer happening, walking around this week because kids are finishing building their website, right?
Uh-huh.
And so, I'm trying to think walking classes
I was
today.
gonna say is, when I walk around, I don't see them on it all day and stuff, I don't
Yeah.
see them on it
And it's,
at time.
it's purposeful,
For how
right?
many they break.
Yeah, they're not on it enough. That's hilarious.
Has there ever been thought of like going away from it a little bit or no?
Away from computers?
Computers, like, they're so like you're just looking at a computer all day long.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like it's an
Yeah.
all day long thing here. I will say especially at elementary.
Yeah.
I think we have perhaps the lowest use of devices of any school I've ever worked in at elementary.
I think that piece is
I
handled.
mean, I feel you.
I don't like it. know,
I
don't-
feel you,
yeah.
and it is, they have to know, they have to be literate. I think probably you and I would say they're on it too much.
Yeah.
We wouldn't like that, and maybe more of us around here feel that way. It's
Yeah,
what's
I
happening,
mean-
but I do wanna interject another aspect of the ethics of AI, and we talked about it last time, and it's the environmental
Yeah, and we
ethics,
talked about
like the
it, yep.
water and the electricity it takes to use that stuff, and adults need to know that. We're supposed to be creating responsible citizens here in our school. At least they should know it. They should be very well aware that this is not just some innocuous technology that has no downside. It has a wicked downside for the environment, wicked. So, I want our kids to know that. I don't think it's gonna stop a lot of people. I know,
because you're
I
not
have to
seeing,
use.
you're not seeing the consequence
At all.
quickly enough.
For real,
Yeah.
no,
Well, they're
absolutely.
building them in countries that aren't ours, that's why. But also, the other piece of it too, from a ethical standpoint, is, AI spits out responses or creates art using what's already existing, so it's constantly stealing people's original work, constantly stealing
Constantly.
people's original work, especially in the art space.
Mhm.
And especially
And-
open
For real.
source AI.
Exactly,
And so
exactly.
some of that is also teaching the ethics of that like, when you're using open source AI, that's what it's pulling from. There are other AI tools that you build the box and it only pulls and uses what you load into it, right? And so if AI is gonna exist, some of it, you can't teach that without using it a little bit to show them like, here's how it's used in other spaces and how it's your AI and your knowledge is protected. And I'll say, ethics just as school leaders, nothing personal about kids should ever be loaded into AI, anything, right?
Yeah.
And so, those are conversations happening in lots of places. I will say is it next? I just remembered this, but I think the agenda for the next instructional leaders, Craig, what's Craig's last name? Sproles from the superintendent of Bethel. They've led some policy and systems work trying to actually pretty pro AI, and it's both moved and failed, and he's gonna come share some of the work that they've done, and it'll be an interesting conversation, cause that's more at the systems level than the like, teacher, the first one was a teacher coming to say, here's how I'm using it in classes, but Craig's on the agenda, I think in December, it might be January to do that, so.
One other little factoid, NVIDIA, which is the AI monster, is the first $1 trillion business. It's the biggest business in the world.
How aware are you of their partnership with Oregon Education?
Oh, very well aware and very disgusted. Sorry, I don't love that our kids were sold to this big corporation, but yeah, it's creepy.
Disagree, yeah. So, yeah, that one's worth watching.
Yeah. Yeah, it's creepy, huh?
It is creepy.
Yeah, the world we live in, but you know, we're not powerless, so here we are, we're having these conversations, and we can, you know, we have this duty to do what's the best for our kids, and so I think, like, whoever sits in this room and makes these kinds of decisions, these
And
are
I
weighty
I
decisions.
think that goes back to one of your points with enrollment is down,
Mhm.
so, I wonder why.
You think, people are taking their kids out of public school because of that?
Well, a multitude of things, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I
You know, I
mean, so
still- I
many of
still-
the homeschool families, I know that I talk to students, especially with my involvement with other organizations they use it all the time too, they just might not tell their parents, so I mean,
yeah. For sure.
it's a thing that's permeating all of our youth, no matter what they are.
I mean, I'm a public school advocate. I still believe let's make the world that we serve the best world we can make it. So, you know, I would encourage people to come to this school regardless. That's my heart. So,
Garrett Blanchard will be on one of the teachers.
oh, cool.
Oh,
I pinged him again during the meeting. So,
Cool.
Yay, okay, since he's ELA.
Okay, so the last discussion item we have is charter schools, and I think when we last left off,
Yeah.
Mizu and I are supposed to, after the first of the year, but you and I should probably talk in December.
Yeah,
Are
probably so.
gonna start to that was like meeting with staff, meeting with students, meeting with community and stuff, right? So trying to find those times to have that start happening, just to get all the feedback from those. So that we'll report back in December when we think some of those can start to happen.
I did one piece of information that at some point I was gonna,
No, you're fine.
was reading something real quick, but charter, at some point there was a question about caps for interdistrict transfer,
yes.
if we're instance something, so Sayusla, so each district can set their own caps on numbers in and out, but Sayusla School District is a total of 20 between us and Reedsport in and 20 out. And they're not at cap, but running a bus into there, not as a charter, we hit cap pretty quick. Well, I don't know if we would, but to make it cost effective, we want 20 on there and would hit cap and it'd be a problem in there. So anyway, just sharing, I finally got that piece of information. I wanted to make sure to share it.
That's really important.
But that's like 20 total, whether they went south or
Yeah.
east.
Yeah.
So.
And that's across K-12?
Yeah, as a district.
Okay.
I expected I just assumed it was a higher number total and they're under that 20, when I was talking to them, so.
But they do have some that go to Reedsport. Okay.
Yeah, couple, kind of handful each direction kind of thing.
Okay.
So. And then they also have under 20 coming in, so like,
Pretty fair exchange.
yeah, but it's a equal number both, their caps are equal and they're not at those on both sides.
Okay. Okay, any other public comment, Brian?
No.
This is, if you want, this is public comment for the items not on the agenda, so if you have something you could comment on, if you wanted to comment on, you can.
Okay, no, I mean, I loved the AI in education discussion, and I feel like piqued my interest on the topic, so maybe I'll have some thoughts and something to share later on about it.
Awesome.
Right.
You start a committee, I know who I'm following.
Exactly.
Eli emailed me that, you guys got a grant in support of, education initiatives for us, so.
Yeah.
Congrats and,
Yeah.
thanks. Yeah, it's a, like, it's a great partnership, and when we get funding that supports them and us, it's even better partnership,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah, it supports like a lot of field trips for, particularly for elementary kids, but it could be for anybody, you know, like APRIs and stuff, and other opportunities as well. We've done lots of stuff in the past too, like just different kinds of programming, so.
Is it a year-long grant?
I don't know the details on the grant. It's
Do
at
you know
least
the
a
money
year.
amount?
At some point I did,
Me
like
too.
if I looked
Me
at my
too,
email,
but-
but yeah, we send letters to each other back and forth and for different grants, and I couldn't tell you the details on this one, I got a nice thank you letter that said, thanks for supporting, we got it.
Yeah.
So.
Any other comments from the board?
I have two quick ones. The first one, I'm so sorry I keep having to bring this up, and I think it's because people don't understand how a flag is to be displayed. But I went to the Thanksgiving luncheon today, and the flag that is on the wall
It's,
in the
Is it
cafeteria is backwards.
I
And
see
I'm,
it.
that's why like when the flag is tattered up front,
yeah,
I'm like, get it replaced.
Yeah.
And that flag on that wall
it's
is
backwards,
is
we
backwards.
talked about this.
Yeah, and it was switched, and then somebody came on staff and said, oh, that's wrong, and they switched it back, and it's not, I'm not wrong. It needs to, the stars need to be to the left and up.
Yeah.
Well, you can see me
Well,
about
like,
the
who doesn't know
elementary.
that?
I think a lot of people think like, oh, a flag on a pole, and so then when you hang it on the wall, they just turn the pole on its side, which puts the stars to the right. But that is not the case, it has to be
Yeah, left to right.
left and up. So the flag is backwards, I would love to have that fixed like ASAP.
Sorry, and say one more time, what's up and
What
right?
is, it is right now, it just
Star.
needs to be reversed,
Stars
to the left,
to the left.
to the left and up, yeah,
Stars to the left, please.
I feel
Yeah.
like everything we see is.
yeah. If it's on a pole, it's different, then it just needs to be like
Well,
on
sometimes
its
the wind
own.
blows a
Yeah,
different
it's on
way.
its own.
You can't really fight it.
Yeah, it's on its own, on the
Or
pole,
go
the
to
way
the other
they
side
say
of
it, it's
the
on
pole.
its own right and on the, north,
Yeah.
that's how they say to display a flag, on its own right and up, and on a pole, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But when it's on the wall, it has to be to the viewer's left.
Used to pull you and just walk around.
Exactly, just like, let's get this.
Just turn the corner.
Okay, and the second thing,
I like this one.
Okay, then.
yeah, but that one's on a pole, so it's on its, it's on its own right.
Wow.
Yeah, but the other thing was also very quick, I just wanted to ask, because the last time there was a vacancy prior to, a vote was when I was appointed, so I don't know on this side, like, do we have to wait to announce until you actually leave, or are we able to put out there that we'll be looking for a board member? Cause December's our last meeting before this is happening, and so we need to kinda, I just wanna know the
Thanks-
game
thanks
plan,
for
and
the
I don't know
reminder.
the game plan, and I don't know what to do, and I could've looked it up, but I'm like, y'all just did this, well, except for Abby and I.
I mean, the way we've done it is somebody says, this is my date, and that's when you start, that's when you
That's when you
announce.
start, so it has to be vacant in order to start filling.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, that's, I guess, my
I'm
main
still
question.
breathing.
I feel
Yeah.
like
Like, nothing. What I really wanted to say is, how do we deny someone's, how do we deny someone's resignation? That's really my question,
Understood,
but.
understood, I was just being.
I think
silly.
what that
me too,
actually,
me too.
I think the reason that you have to wait is because if that person changes their mind, you have
So
a
we don't look
weird,
till January.
you have a weird
Okay.
So we
situation.
even just have an empty seat for a little bit, and that's okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my
Pressure's off.
question, I'm like, do we need to like have this succession in place by the time you leave, but it starts when you leave? Okay, alright,
And we've had many, I mean, we had months of like a 4-person board, actually it was a 6-person board, back in the day when we were a 7-person board, because we couldn't find the fit, and we had people, some people would apply and the board was not, couldn't vote yes for this person, so, you know, I mean, you can hobble along with a vacancy and still
Okay.
do business.
And my situation was a little different with why there was a vacancy, so even that, like when I was trying to wrap my brain on how it works, it was also kind of a unique situation. I just wanted to ask, thank you for clarifying.
If there's a split vote, what do you do?
Huh?
What if there's a split vote?
Well, when we're 4, that's what happened, that's why
That's
we
what
can't
would
vote
happen.
someone
And then
in.
you can't, and then you just don't.
It's not,
It's not, you don't approve
Exactly.
it.
You don't get to.
That's why we
But I
have
mean,
the
like,
vacancy.
In the month, I don't mean that, I mean like in the months that there's a vacancy and we're like
Yeah.
voting on things.
That's what we're saying.
Oh.
You
Yeah,
just
that's
can't
what
pass
we're
them.
a split vote is
Yeah,
not.
it doesn't split, yeah, that
It
it
sits
doesn't
until
get
we
passed.
don't.
A pass is a majority, so if a majority doesn't.
Gotcha.
It's why you
yes.
want a full
An
board.
off, and an off number, you do it an odd number, but.
I have 2 really quick things, sorry. Last year, I got candygrams from the,
Oh, that's right.
yeah, and, yeah, for all the staff, I'd like to do that again, I sent them from the board last time.
Did you do it for Valentine's Day or Christmas?
No, Christmas candygram.
Okay.
Oh, well, maybe,
It
oh,
was Valentine's Day, but yeah,
Oh.
we should do it for Christmas.
Yeah.
And like split it like we did last time.
Yeah, or anyone who wants to, I don't wanna say everybody has to, but yeah, like at all, like I would, but I just wanted to see if the board would want their names, you know, on them, and then I would go ahead and do that.
I mean, I do.
I mean, I'm fine with that. I like to call it the holidays. I don't like to call
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yes, totally, yep.
Because they'll do them next month, right?
I still have parents square come out about it.
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah, so they're doing them.
Yep,
That'd be awesome.
okay, I'll do that then.
Oh, also, on last night's Parent Square, I didn't see that they were reminding people that there was a board meeting tonight. I think we had decided that we were gonna start doing that. We did that last
I
month.
sent it out
Oh, you did? Sorry.
some time ago, before the
Oh.
November 4th meeting, that I had it combined with, listed this one
That's
and
why
that
you
one.
had both of them in that one. Okay, thank you.
I was
And then
like,
what was your
Jared
other thing?
said a thing.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't,
We had that extra
December's meeting, we need to log in remotely.
Okay.
So I could do I could log in remotely if I need to. It's cause the basketball tournament, the high school basketball tournament is in Pilot Rock and
Oh.
yeah, I'm gonna go and
Yeah.
I have to travel that
I mean,
day.
I think if we're all here, it's probably fine.
Yeah, if I just
You
miss
don't.
it.
So if you find out you can't make the December one or something, please let me know, cause then, I mean, if there's still 3
Is it
months,
on
we're
its
good.
normal?
Yeah,
It's
it
on the
is.
17th.
It means you just can't be
I
there.
won't,
You guys leave the 17th?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I won't, and if we need to, and we needed a quorum, and then I could zoom in,
Okay,
so, if we have to, cause I could,
keep you posted.
Yeah.
Alright,
Awesome.
and then, number 11, why do I feel, am I fine, Oh wait, which one is this for? Executive session.
Oh,
Are you fine?
that was
That's not-
me
okay.
copying over from.
Yeah, that's
Okay, I was
okay,
like, I feel like that's.
Okay, so
Okay.
And there's a big.
Then we did make the time.
Hey, we did, I'm
Right.
so proud.
Let's do this every time.
Yeah, everybody needs.
7:30.
No, I love
Wait,
it.
I need a motion.
Motion to adjourn. I need to go home.
Everyone leave? Okay.
I need to go pick up kids.
Annie.
I love how when I texted
Yeah,
you
we
two
did
and
have
said,
that
I'm gonna have to